what I'm going to do is I'm going to record the session. So whoever couldn't make it, I'll be dropping the recording into the group chat, right? But yeah, guys, welcome, to the Women FX live session. We have live sessions every Sundays at 9 p.m. Mountain Time. I'm very excited for this week, despite um high impact news. We're still going to trade, but with caution, of course. We're currently trading EU and UJ right now. I think we're in profit in EU and slightly break even or slightly draw down in UJ. What I was saying is last week was really good. No losses last week. I think we won 6 trades and then 6 out of 6 last week. And I'm looking to do even better this week, right? It's all about progress, to be honest. Hopefully you guys took the time to study the skill set, to study the course, to even do some back testing as well. As you guys may know, I mainly trade gold, UJ, and EU. Those are the pairs that I trade, right? The lit like I always recommend people to not trying to trade like 5, 10 pairs, I don't think that's even sustainable, because if you take your time to master 2 to 3 pairs, you'll be way better off, if that makes sense, right? So but we're gonna get started right now. I'm just going to share my screen. Just let me know if you guys can see it, right? There we go. Can you guys see my screen right now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. All good. All good. All good. So, as you guys may know, yet again, I mainly trade UJ, EU, and gold, and all these pairs got one thing in common, which is the DXY, aka the US dollar, right? So, like I said, the first thing you got to do is, before you even go on gold, EU, or UJ, you have to go ahead and take your time and analyze the DXY, right? If you manage to get the DXY right, what I mean by right is either the DXY is going to be bullish or bearish, right? Because remember, when you trade, when you day trade, there's only two things. There are only two things that you can do, right? You can either buy or you sell. If it's bearish, you should be looking for sales only. If it's bullish, you're looking for buys only, right? Like I trade very, very, very simple, right? So but I'm going to start from scratch. I'm going to remove all the analysis that I did on Saturday. I'm going to start from scratch by uploading the Boomin FX 2024 template, right? I always start my analysis on the high time frame, as you guys may know. I just go into the monthly time frame as per usual. I'm just going to add my support and resistance levels, right? As you can see right here, we have a good support level, right? And we know for a fact, every time the market goes to the 100.87, we have some type of rejections, and it goes up. And I'm also going to put a couple more at the very top as well. We got one right here, right? This is where the market is currently at right now, right? So like I said, I don't be doing too much in the monthly time frame. I just place like 2 or 3 levels, and then I'm good to go, right? So now I'm going to go into the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame, the monthly time frame, as you can see, you can slightly drag it to make sure you get all the touches, but it's pretty much the same, right? So we have the major support level down there, and we have the major resistance level up there, right? Very simple. So now this is where you guys are going to have to take this is where you guys are going to have to pay the most attention, right? Which is the daily time frame. The daily time frame, this is where you guys are going to have to take your time to analyze everything, right? So we're currently on the daily time frame right now. The first thing you got on the daily time frame, you have to look to the left. Like I said, guys, I treat it very, very, very simple, right? And the first thing you got to do is you're gonna have to look on the left side and see what happened, right? Before you start analyzing what's going on the right side, right? As you can see on the left side, the DXY, aka the US dollar, was bearish for quite a while, was giving us lower highs and lower highs and lower highs and lower highs. And now now it's currently trending up. It was trending up, and it was bullish for a while, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is on the left side, I'm going to grab my trend line, right? Drag it all the way down there, right? So now I know for a fact that the DXY was on a heavy downtrend for quite a while, right? So make sure I get all my touches, right? So, and then the DXY gave us a break in the retest, and then it went bullish for quite some time as well, right? So I'm also going to mark my structures, right? We have the high right here, right? And then we have the lower high right here, right? And then we have the lowest that the DXY went to recently, right? Before it went all the way up, right? So that's that. So the left side is done. So now I'm going to pay attention to the right side, right? So yet again on the daily time frame, this is where you should be paying the most attention and to do your analysis, right? So the first thing I'm going to do again on the daily time frame is I'm going to find out if the market is bearish or if it is bullish. Yet again, if it is bearish, I'll be looking for sales. If it is bullish, I'll be looking for buys, right? So I'm going to grab my trend line as well, drag it all the way up, right? As you guys can see, the DXY was bullish for quite a while. Guess what? Now we finally got the break and the retest, and now it is currently it's currently showing us it's going to be bearish, right? Yet again, the only thing that got me worried a little bit was the DXY is trying to break the 20 moving average. But as soon as it breaks it, give us the retest, then I'll know for a fact that it is bearish. Before I do all this, let me make sure I'm using the exponential in that simple. Okay, there we go. I was using the simple moving average. So this is where we at. Was it? Okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure it is exponential. Let me double check again. We're using exponential. Okay, it's exponential. So this is where we are on the dollar, right? So we have the low, right? Touch went all the way up, came back, touch right here, went all the way up. So all this is going to be higher lows, right? Right? We have the low, higher low, and this is where the DXY currently at, right? We've been buying EU, buying gold and selling UJ, right? The reason is we've been doing that is because, one of the key reasons we won all the trades last week is because, of the break and the retest. The break and the retest of the DXY, right? So we know the DXY is bearish. That means any pairs that got USD at the end should be going the opposite way, should be bullish. And any pairs that got USD in front of them should be moving the exact same way as the DXY, right? So for example, right, we've been buying gold because we know the DXY is bearish, right? We've been buying EU and we made money off EU last week because we know the DXY is bearish, right? And now we're currently selling UJ because we know the DXY yet again is bearish. It's very simple, guys, right? So now this is currently where we are right now. You know, our trend line is nicely placed. So now I'm going to add more support and resistance levels as well, right? So I'm going to, as you guys can see, the market went all the way up to touch that monthly. Remember, guys, the 104.23 was a monthly resistance level, right? As soon as the market touched that monthly resistance level, again, so I'm telling you guys, placing your levels in the higher time frames is going to pay off, right? As soon as the market touched that a monthly resistance level, it dropped, right? And yet again, that's why we made money off of EU and gold and UJ, right? So now I'm going to add a couple more levels on the daily time frame, right? So I'm going to grab my lines, right? I'm going to add one right here, right? I'm going to also add one right here as well, right? So this is currently where we at, right? As soon as we have the break on the retest below 103.72, also this is where the daily 200 moving average is. We know for a fact the DXY will be melting down, right? That's the only confluence that we have over like 3 confluences that the DXY is going to go down, right? But we need that last confluence, which is the break and the retest below the support level at 103.72, and also the break and retest below the 200 moving average in the daily time frame, right? So that's that on the DXY. So now I'm going to go into the 4-hour time frame. As you guys can see, this is where we at. So all we need pretty much is a break below, right? And a retest. Of course, we want to see the market closes below that level. And then, you know, we have a good, beautiful meltdown on DXY, right? That's only confluence, aka confirmation that we're reading on the dollar, right? But so far, you know, we're just trading what we see. This is the best that we can do, is because you gotta trade what you see. Break and retest of the trend. You know, for now we're going with bearish, right? So there's not much you can do on the 4-hour. You know, we have a trend line. We know the XY is bearish. We're just waiting for one confluence. And that's pretty much all there is to it, right? If we go into the 1 hour as well, we're just literally waiting for the break and the retest below for the market to go for the next level at 102.88. And then after that, if you get another break and retest below 102.88, we'll go for 102.09, and so on. If we get a break and retest below 102.09, we'll go for that. The lowest at the DXY the lowest at the DXY, I think was 100.87, right? So break retest below, go for 102.88, break and retest below 102.09, break and retest below 102.09, and then we'll go for the last one, right? So that's very easy. This is how I do my analysis, right? I go from the higher time frame all the way to 1 hour. And like I said, the key thing is just make sure you're on the right side of the trend line, right? If you know the market is bearish, be patient and look for sales. If you know the market is bullish, be patient and look for buys, right? I don't counter trade. I used to counter trade and I stopped counter trading over 6 months, and that actually changed the way I trade for the better, right? So that's that. So now I'm going to go into so now after I'm done analyzing the dollar, and now I'll go into the pairs that we currently trade, which is EU, gold, and UJ, right? So let's do this right now. So now we're going to analyze, which pair should we analyze first? Let's analyze gold. So this is gold, right? This is, gold's very bullish. That's why we've been buying gold for the last month or so, right? So yet again, I go to the higher time frame. What all I'm going to do in the higher time frame is add my key levels, right? So I'm going to add a support level right here, right? We know for a fact every time the market comes to 1723.25 area, we have a major, we have like a good rejection, and it goes all the way up, right? This right here was nothing but a false breakout below, right? False breakout and went all the way up there, right? So for a fact this is a key level on the monthly time frame, and I'm going to add a couple more as well, right? So go add one right here. I know for a fact every time the market touches that support level, it goes up, right? Touch up, right? And then I'm going to add a couple more at the very top resistance level right here, right? So this is where gold is currently at. Make sure I get all the touches right. So this is where we at right on the monthly, right? So right now, it is very too late to buy gold because it is pretty much almost at all times high. You're buying gold at the very top is very risky, right? It's always best to wait for the retracement to happen, then you'll buy it, right? So you're buying gold right now is crazy because gold, because the all-time high is pretty much went all the way up. The highest at gold, the all-time high is at 2036 area, right? So I'm going to place this right here, right? So you're buying gold. Gold probably going to go for the all-time high before the retracement, right? But knowing me, I don't like buying at the very top, right? So this is where gold is at on the monthly time frame. On the weekly time frame, right? As you guys can see, the monthly levels is still pretty much the same as the weekly, right? 1820, right? 1820 touch, went all the way up to 2073 drop, right? Touch 1820 again, went all the way up to 2073, dropped a little bit, touch it, drop a little bit, and then now it is currently breaking it, right? So now we'll see what gold is going to do, right? So yet again, that is the weekly time frame. Gold is very bullish. I would not be selling it, even though if it goes for all-time high, I'll probably wait. As soon as it goes for the all-time high and then retrace, then I'll probably buy it, right? So obviously I gotta wait for my confirmations to tell me when to buy it, right? So that's gold on the weekly. So this is the daily time frame. This is where we going to do like deep analysis on it, right? So this gold on the daily time frame, right? Yet again, it is bullish. As you guys can see, even if you zoom all the way out, you can tell gold is giving you higher lows and higher lows and higher lows, right? So what happened on gold is gold was trending down a little bit, right? It was giving you, let me show you guys. Sometimes you don't even need to draw the trend line to know the direction of the trend, right? So you guys can see we have the high right here, right? And then the market dropped all the way down, right? If you use your Fibonacci from here to there, I can guarantee you there's probably going to be a 61.8% retracement. We have the low, right? And the market dropped again to give us another low right here, right? Grab the lower high, right? And now we have an equal low right here, right? So based on what I'm seeing right now, right? Gold definitely broke structure, which is this guy right here. So I'm definitely gonna put a line right here because I know this was a structure, which is because this was equal low, right? So this guy right was equal low. So we definitely see you buying gold right now is crazy because gold definitely gotta come down to 2056. 2056 area to give us a retest at the previous structure, which is this guy right here, right? So as you guys can see, gold literally went past 2056 and never came back to give us a retest on the daily right here. Right? And you guys should know by now for a fact, it doesn't matter how long it takes, it doesn't matter how long it takes. If the market breaks structure or support and resistance level, you always got to come back to retest that level. Right. So it's best to wait for gold to come back to retest that level, right? So I'm just going to add a couple more, um, levels right here. So this is where gold is currently at on the daily time frame, right? So we know for a fact that even if you do choose to draw your trend line, right, right here, right, we know for a fact that gold was trending down for quite some time, right? Lows, right? You got the high, lower high, right? Equal lows right here. If you sold, they would have made money. And then now you finally got the break and the retest on gold on the daily time frame, right? And now it is currently going up. Then again, key thing I want you guys to realize, right? We know gold is bullish, so you should be looking for buys only, unless if you're a scalper or whatever, you want to trade it. But me, I'm telling you guys, the day I stopped counter trading, and I've managed to make way more, and my winning ratio went even higher, right? We know gold is bullish. That's the key thing. We should be looking for buyers only. And now we know for a fact that gold actually never came back to retest the 2056 area. So you should probably be patient and wait for the retest at the structure right here, right? Then once you do have a proper retracement, then that's when you can start looking for buys, right? So that's a daily time frame, right? So now we're gonna go to the H4. Just what's happening. As you guys can see, breaking retest. Yet again, even the moving average was also breaking the retest on above the moving average, right? Because as you guys can see, went all the way up above the moving average, right? Retest, and it took off. And now it is currently retracing, right? If you go do come down to retest that 2056 and close above it, I'll probably call the buy for us, right? And also, if you use your fib properly, you place your fib somewhere in this area to there, this should probably give us a good 50% retracement. Let's see. Grab the fib, right? Place it from here to there. There we go. Then again, guys, see, this is not magic, right? Look at that. And we know the 61.8% level is a sweet spot. There we go. Right? You should be looking for buys, right? Some people would probably try to sell here and ride it all the way down there. The reason I will not recommend to do that because that's how they get you, right? Because no one knows when the retracement is going to happen until the retracement is done, if that makes sense, right? Because at any given time, you can see gold drop selling for a low bet, and you're thinking, okay, gold's probably gonna come for the 50% or 61.8%, and I'll take my money, I'll get out. No, because at any given time, they can literally like retrace gold to that level and just like gold can take off because at the end of the day, remember guys, it is bullish, right? So at any given time, if you're counter trading, it is so risky because at any given time, they can just literally like push gold all the way up even more and take your money, right? But if you do wait, if you do it a few hours, if you do it a couple of days or even a week, if you have to, and for a fact, if gold comes to first of all, you have at least like over 4 confirmations to place the buy, right? Because that means you'll feel more confident, right? So the first confirmation will be we know for a fact that gold actually went above structure right here at 2056, right? That's the first confluence. Second confluence would be that if you use the Fibonacci retracement, and you guys know for a fact the Fibonacci retracement always pay off for us, right? If you guys use the Fib retracement from here to there, gold gonna come to the 61.8%. That's our second confluence, right? And the third confluence would be we know for a fact that gold's bullish, right? You know, it is uptrend. That's the third confluence. And the fourth confluence would be that we have gold is going to retest the support at 2056.26. So, you know what I mean? Like you have 4 or 5 confirmations to take the buy, right? But now you selling it, counter trading it. Yes, you might make some money, but you'll probably even lose more down the line because at any given time, you can push gold all the way up, right? So I'm going to leave the setup right here. You know, like me, like I said, my strategy consists of me waiting for 90% of the time. You know, as long as I place my fib, it doesn't matter to me like what the market does. You know, I will only get in at the 50 and 61. That's it. Right. So it's very easy to ride trade, guys. Place my fib, place my area of interest and wait. Right. This is where gold is currently at. And that is a beautiful setup if you ask me. And if you guys even want to draw your trend line as well, right? Can you put it all the way up there if you want? But that won't be necessary because we are already using the fib as the entry, as the at the entry point that we're looking to get in, if that makes sense, right? So that's gold. I'm not going to do much. I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to touch it until it comes to that level right here. So does that make sense? You guys have any questions for me? You guys all good on the gold analysis and DXY analysis? Okay, no questions then, I guess. Oh, you're all good. Okay. All right, then. So that's pretty much it on gold. So now I'll probably do an analysis on EU. I mean, I definitely gotta get the Zoom thing. I'll probably go on analysis over on EU and then we'll call it a night, right? So let's go on EU right now, and I'm going to show you guys how we managed to look. First of all, man, look at that second entry we got on EU, right? Bro, like that entry was literally, you know, like I secured 95% of the profit on it and I left the small lot size running, right? But look at that entry on EU, right? But we're gonna start the analysis in the higher time frame. Yet again, the main reason we got on EU is we know the DXY is bearish, so we will be looking for buys on EU. Right? That would give you an edge, right? So that's why if you're trading any pairs like they got USD at the end or in front of them, make sure you analyze the dollar first, right? But if you're trading AJ, GJ, no, then definitely doesn't matter to be honest. So that's where we at on EU. Most of my analysis on the high time frame. Right, I'm going to place my levels right here, right? Put one at the very top as well, right? This is where we at. And I'm going to place one right in the middle as well. There we go. Right. I do not be doing too much on the monthly, on the weekly time frame, right? But I know for a fact those key levels, every time the market comes or goes to touch one of those key levels, is going to give us some type of retracement. That's for a fact, right? Because you guys got to remember the higher time frame got more power compared to the lower time frame, right? So this is the EU, right? We have the low right here, we have the higher low, and it's definitely most likely going to go for that 1.10176, right? And RTP is even right here, right? Because we can put another line right here. This is where RTP is at, right? So I don't be doing too much. So now I'll get rid of it. I'll probably place it on weekly or daily. So this is where we at on the monthly. I'm going to go to the weekly time frame, where as you guys can see, those levels are still valid on the weekly time frame. Look at that, guys. The break to retest, right? Came back again, right? To retest it. So we know for a fact that every time EU touches 1.07332, you know, you should be looking for buys. And as soon as EU goes for 1.01, 1.10, 176, if you're buying, just make sure you get out because it's going to retrace. That's why you gotta place your levels in the higher time frame. You know, as you guys can see, it definitely works, right? So now we're gonna go to the daily time frame. This is where we're going to pay the most attention, you know, on the daily time frame. Yet again, first thing you gotta do in the daily time frame is look to the left side. You know, the left side definitely going to tell you what the right side is going to do, if that makes sense, right? As you guys can see on the left side, right? We have EU was bearish for quite some time. EU was giving us yet again. Sometimes you don't even need to draw. Like if you've been trading for a while, or actually, if you guys studied the last two videos from the course, sometimes you don't even need to draw the trend line to know it is a downtrend, right? You can just tell it is a downtrend based on structure. I'm going to show you guys what I mean, right? So as you guys can see, we have the high right here, right? We got the low. The minute you see the market give you the high, went all the way down, came all the way up, and lost momentum and dropped, it is a downtrend, right? Yet again, if you guys use the fib properly, if you place the fib from here to there, I can guarantee you guys this is at least a 50%, 61.8% retracement, and you get out the minus 27 and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat, right? So if you grab your head again, got this right here, right? All these are an indication of a downtrend. Sometimes, you can literally use structure as your trend line, if that makes sense, right? But for the new guys, right, you can always grab your trend line if you're not know if you don't know much about structure yet, you can just use your trend line as well, right? If you grab your trend line from here to there, as you guys can see, beautiful touch, drop, touch, drop, touch, drop, touch, drop, and then and this is why if you're selling EU, right, which you should have been selling EU. If you're selling EU, and the minute you see the market, touch, drop, and then let's say if you're selling here, obviously you probably be in deep profit in this level right here, move your stop loss to break even or take partial profit, whatever the case may be. But as soon as you see EU break right here above that trend line and come back for the retest and close above it, please take your money and get out, because it is a sign of reversal, right? It is a sign of reversal. Take your money and get out, right? So this right here should really be this right here can be a confirmation that EU is going to go up, right? Because we know for a fact the market is no longer trending down. This is why you just got to look to the left side, right? We know for a fact the market is no longer trending down. Give us that break and retest, right? So now you should be looking for nothing but buys, right? That's its first confluence, right? Second confluence can easily be right break and retest. This is definitely not the exponential. Let me check. Yeah, I knew it. There we go. Right. And the second confluence would be, man, when I tell you guys, if you're patient, I'm gonna say it again, if you're patient, if you're patient, you follow the strategy correctly, you know what you're looking for in the market, you will definitely be making money, right? First confluence, EU is no longer bearish, now it is bullish. Second confluence, break and retest. Sorry, second confluence could be break and retest over the 20 moving average. Obviously, knowing me, I probably would have noticed that on the lower time frame, which is H1, right? But I'll go over that in a bit, right? Break and retest over the daily time frame. And we know for a fact every time the market closes above or below the daily time frame, it should be going up for a while or should be going down for a while, right? You got the break and retest. So now, but look at the entry that we got on EU, man. That was insane, right? The second entry was right here, and then we're in deep profit right now, right? So if you grab your support level as well, look at that. Not only you get the break and retest above the daily moving average, it is also a break and retest above 1.07985. And the minute I saw that, I'm like, bro, second entry right there, and we got in and went straight in money, right? So that's already even three confluences, to be honest, right? And then we're looking to get out at the next structure, which is right here, right? So that's that on EU. Very, very, very easy. And also there's one thing that I saw as well that made me call the trade. There we go. I think I talked about it last time as well. So like we know for a fact we already have like 3 or 4 confluences for the buy, which is perfect. And also knowing that the DXY is bearish, that means EU should be bullish. That also give us like an extra confirmation as well, right? So, and also there's one thing that I think this is probably like number 5, like in the course. I talk about like patterns as well, right? If you look at the like yet again, man, if you actually do backtesting over and over and over again, you're definitely gonna notice those patterns, right? As you guys can see, we have this right here, right? We have that on the left side, right? And we have that on the right side. And I want you guys to tell me what kind of pattern is that. If you guys have been studying, you guys should be able to tell me. And I also went over that pattern last Sunday as well. If you guys have been studying, you guys should tell me what kind of pattern is that. We got this, we got the left, and we got the right. Okay, I think is it Dwayne? Okay, head and shoulder pattern. There you go. Perfect, guys. It is the inverted head and shoulder pattern, right? If you see this, this is definitely a sign of reversal, right? You got the head, you got the left, you got the right. As you guys can see, the minute the market gives you the right, it went all the way up. There we go, guys. This type of patterns, you're gonna see them over and over and over and over again. It's gonna be up to you to be able to identify them, right? So that's that on the EU. We have over 4, 5, even 6 confluences that it is going to go up. We placed 2 entries, we closed one, and we move our stop loss in profit on the second one. And then it is pretty much there's no risk to it, right? So it's definitely going to hold it till TP, or if it chooses to reverse against us, we're definitely not going to lose anything. So that's that. I hope I didn't go too fast. And I hope you guys learn something tonight as well. But it is very, really easy to trade. First thing is you have to tell yourself, is it bearish or bullish?